So what was the last topic we discussed? So for a continuous frequency distribution, we discussed about the mean deviation with respect to mean. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are supposed to calculate the mean deviation with respect to median. Before that, one small correction I would like to make is for the discrete frequency distribution in the last class when we discussed, when we calculated the median, right? So I made a small mistake. I realized it later. I told you need to take the average of 13th and 14th. That is when you have even number of terms, something like that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since it had 6 terms, I told you to take the 13th and 14th. It is not the number of data that you have in your hand. It is the sum of the frequency that is going to decide. Because the sum of the frequency is the total number of data you have in your hand. Please understand, whenever you have a discrete frequency distribution, the sum of all the frequencies is equal to the total number of people who are present in that particular problem. The total number of people who are present is 20. It is even, then we will take the average of 13th and the 14th problem, 14th observation. Whereas if it is odd number of, if it is coming out as an odd number, then you will add a 1 and divide it with 2. I hope you remember n plus 1 by 2. Right? So the only correction I'm doing here is it is not the number of values, it is the sum of the frequency which is going to decide the even or odd concept. Is that clear? This is for which distribution? Yes. What kind of distribution is this? This is for a discrete frequency distribution. Okay. Next, we saw the continuous frequency distribution. So what do you mean by continuous frequency? You have a range of values and the corresponding frequencies associated with it, right? So for that, last class I explained how will you calculate the mean deviation with respect to mean. I hope that point was clear. Is there any doubt from that?
No, sir.
Okay. So I can proceed with the median part, right? So I'm going to teach you only the method. I'm not going to explain the logic and all. So the next heading that we are going to see is mean deviation with respect to median for a continuous frequency distribution table. Find the mean deviation about median for the data. So by looking at it, you can see, it is continuous frequency, right? Because you have a range of values. So let's see how to do that. Listen. So this is the topic. So mean deviation about median. So the process of finding the mean deviation about median for a continuous frequency distribution is similar as we did for the mean deviation about mean. So what is going to happen? Can you directly tell me what is going to be the formula? If I ask you what is the mean deviation about median, by now you should be able to tell me the logic. Sigma I is equal to 1 to n, individual frequency multiplied with the modulus of xi minus capital M, the whole divided by sigma fi. Right? This is the logic. Whenever you have a frequency concept coming into picture, frequency should be multiplied with the corresponding value and divided with the sum of the frequencies. So what is the only thing we need to calculate in this problem? Xi is easy to calculate. How will you calculate Xi for a continuous frequency distribution? For this thing, you will take the average, right? Average of both. Xi, you will find frequency will be given in the question. Here also it will be given. So only thing you need to find is the median. So every problem we do the same. So what is the formula for median here? It is, write it down, L plus n by 2 minus C divided by F into H. Okay. So the data is first. So first thing that you need to do is what are the steps to be followed? The data should be first arranged in the ascending order. Okay. Then the median of the continuous frequency distribution is obtained by first identifying the class in which the median lies, which is called as the median class, and then applying the formula. Let's see how to do it. Okay. So what do you mean by median class? Median class is the class interval. Class interval means that range whose cumulative frequency is just greater than or equal to n by 2. Like how we did in the previous case also. Okay. And what does capital N represent? Capital N represents sum of frequencies. I've already told you. In this chapter, small n represents the number and capital N represents the sum of frequencies. So capital N is the sum of the frequencies. L stands for what? It is a lower limit of the frequency of the median class. F stands for the frequency corresponding to the median class. Okay. H stands for the width of the median class, and C stands for what? The cumulative frequency of the class just preceding the median class. So after finding the median, tell me.
So for H, like for example, if we take example 7, then H value will be 10, right?
That's right.
Okay, sir, understood.
Okay, was that the doubt?
So that's the doubt, sir.
Okay. We'll anyways apply it. Okay. So what is the formula? It is L plus n by 2 minus C, the whole divided by F into H. Shall we directly look at an example? So as you know, our only work is to find the median. Okay, let's find it out. So what are the median, guys? So calculate the mean deviation about median for the following data. Okay. Class interval is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. So it is between 0 to 60. And the frequency is 6, 7, 15, 16, 4 and 2. So start preparing the table. The first column should contain the class. Start writing the same thing in the vertical form. So 0 to 10. What is the corresponding frequency? Fi 6. Then you first find the cumulative frequency. So what is going to be the cumulative frequency here? 6 plus 7, 13, 13 plus 15, 28, 28 plus 16, 44, 44 plus 4, 48, 48 plus 2 is 50. And this number and the sum of the frequency should obviously match. I hope it is clear till this step. It is the same thing which we did for the previous problem also. That is the previous case also. What was it? For discrete frequency distribution also. Only thing, there the data will be directly given. Here you will not have the data. So how to find the value of xi? 0 plus 10 by 2, 5. 10 plus 20 by 2, 15. So calculate everything. So since it starts at 5, the class interval difference is 10. The width of the class interval is 10. It goes till 55. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So how will you find the median for this? So how do I find the median? So it is, so capital N is how much? 50. You guys tell me what are we supposed to do? So first we need to find the median class. How do you find the median class?
50 divided by 2.
So n by 2, that will give you 25. So 25 means you need to start looking at the cumulative frequency. So median class is the class interval whose cumulative frequency is just greater than or equal to n by 2. So 25 is what I got. Are you able to find 25 in the cumulative frequency?
No, sir.
So just greater than that is? So just greater than that is?
28, sir.
28. So what is the median class?
20 to
20 to 30. Now the formula for the median says L plus n by 2 minus C, the whole divided by F into H. Okay. So what is the value of L? L stands for the lower limit of the frequency of the median class. What is it? 20 plus. Correct? Did you understand why I wrote 20? Because the median class is 20 to 30. The lower value is 20. What is n by 2? That is 25 minus you need to take the cumulative frequency of the preceding class. How much is that? 13, the whole divided by, what is the frequency corresponding to this class? 15 into, what is the range of this class? That is 10. Guys, am I clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. So 20 plus 25 minus 13 is 12 divided by 15 into 10. So it will be 2 times, 3 times, this will go 4 times. So 4 into 2, 8, it is 28, that is a median. So median is lying. So what we are actually trying to say is by doing this n by 2, we are able to find that the median lies somewhere over here, that is 28. It should be a value between 20 to 30. After this, the story is the same. 28 means, what are we supposed to do? You need to first find the difference between the individual reading and the median and take the modulus of it. So 28, the difference between 28 and 5 is 23. So 23, again 28 minus 15, 13, 25 minus 28, 3, 35 minus 28 is 7, 45 minus 28 is 17, 55 minus 27 is 27. Okay. So how to check whether this is going to be right or wrong is, till the median class, the values will keep decreasing. After that, they will start increasing. Okay. Then for the formula, what do we need? For the formula, we need Fi into Xi minus M. So Fi into Xi minus M means 23 multiplied with 6, 138. 13 multiplied with 7, 91. Right? So take the sum of that value, we'll get 508 divided with 50. That will give you the answer for mean deviation with respect to median. Guys, am I clear? I hope I was not fast.
Clear, sir.
Clear, right? See, the reason I went, in the end, I went a little faster because it's the same pattern. So in this kind of a problem, what is the only challenge that you have? The only challenge is to find the median. Everything else is the same story, right? So shall we do an example? Now tell me. I'm taking this problem. So you guys tell me how to do. Whatever data you say, I'm going to write. So find the mean deviation about the median for this cumulative frequency distribution. So marks, number of girls. Then what do I need? Number of girls represents the frequency, right? So what should be the next column that I need to prepare?
Xi.
Sorry? Okay, you can say
Xi.
Xi, or I can take cumulative frequency. That's up to me. Then I will have Xi, which is nothing but the midpoint. Then what do I need? I need Fi into Xi minus M. Lastly, sorry.
We need Xi minus M alone first.
Yeah, you know Xi minus M. Then I need Fi into Xi minus M, that I'll prepare later, okay? But I don't have space here. Or else I'll do one thing, wait. It's not working. So I have to rub everything and write. Okay, that's fine. So 0 to 10. I think that column alone can be eliminated, right? I hope you guys will not get confused. No, that also you should write it in the exam. But since it's a repetition, I'm not writing it. Fi into Xm. Now tell me, what is the frequency? 6, 8, 14, 16, 4, 2. Correct? So what is the cumulative frequency? 6, 14, 28,
44, 48, 50.
44, 44, 48, 50. 44, 48, 50. Okay. What is the midpoint? I'll start with this. So midpoint is 5. Keep adding 10. 10, 15, 20. Sorry, keep adding 10, no? 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. So you can check the first and the last. 50 plus 60 by 2 is 55. It's the midpoint. So xi minus m. So I need to find the median. What is the value of n, guys? It will be 50. Right. This value and this value should match 50. So median formula is what? L plus n by 2 minus c, the whole divided by f into h. So what is the value of L? For me to find L, I need to find n by 2. N by 2 is again 25. Is it the same problem? Huh?
I don't think so, sir. The value is
No, right.
different.
Values are different, right? Okay. So n by 2 is 25.
Only one
Again, I
value
don't
is
have.
different, sir.
Is it so? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll do it. So 25 means I don't have 25. So what is the class corresponding to 28? 1, 2, 3. The third class. That is again 20 to 30. I hope you're able to understand that. 20 to 30. So L is 20 plus n by 2 is 25 minus, here, there it was 13, no?
7 and 15, sir. F5 was
Okay.
7 and then it was 15.
Okay, one number is different. Okay, 25 minus, here it is going to be 14. Correct? The whole divided by, what is the corresponding frequency for 28? It is 14 into what the class interval is again 10. So 25 minus 14 is 11. 11 divided by 14 into 10. So 20 plus 11 divided by 14 into 10. It will go 2 times, it will go 7 times. 20 plus 22 by 7. So 3.14 something.
I think it will go 5 times, sir. You divided by 2, right? So 10 should go 5 times.
Oh, sorry. So it is 55 by 7. So 55 by 7 means it's almost how much?
195 by 7, sir.
Oh, sorry. Again. 195 by 7 means how much is it going to be? 1, 2 times, no, 14. 14 means 14. 5 is a reminder, 55. 55 means 7 8s is 56, 7 7s. So
Around
it will go
27.8, sir.
Okay, 27.8. Remaining things you people do. I'm telling you the formula. That is the mean deviation about the median is equal to, tell me, sigma I is equal to 1 to n fi into xi minus m by sigma I fi, where I is equal to 1 to n. Right? So take this m. Okay. Substitute it here, you will get the answer. So find out xi minus m, find out this thing, find the sum. This value x divided by 50 will give you the answer. I hope that part you can do it. Right?
Xi minus m here we had 27.8, sir. So we should divide accordingly with decimal points.
I didn't get you. You're
Here
saying you
we got
yeah, you have to
m.
take the decimal. You have to take the decimal points. Then it will be more
sir.
accurate. Or else it will be the same value again. It will be an approximate value. Okay. So all these things are finding the differences in the individual readings with respect to mean or median. That's what we did. Right? So with this, the first exercise is over. And this method is called as mean deviation method. I hope this problem you guys can solve it. You try it on your own. Okay. So there are some drawbacks with respect to mean deviation, for which we will be using another deviation method, which is called as variance and standard deviation. That's what we are going to see. Okay. So for mean deviation method, what is that we did with the difference between the individual readings? See, for example, if I do xi minus x bar, did you take the value directly or you did something to it? For example, if the value comes out as minus 3, did you take minus 3?
Value, sir.
You took the absolute value, right? So when you take the absolute value, that method is called as mean deviation method. Instead of taking absolute value, if you take the square of it, that is what is called as standard deviation method. So what I'm trying to say here is, it is the same procedure that you have followed in the previous case, except taking absolute value, the column will be what? So if the column, say for example, you had xi, fi, if the column was xi minus x bar modulus into fi of xi minus x bar modulus, what is the change that is going to be? If this is going to be for mean deviation, for standard deviation, it will be xi, fi. Here what will happen? It will be xi minus x bar the whole square into fi into xi minus x bar the whole square. So to put it in simple terms, if you have done the previous exercise, the formula where you have fi into xi minus x bar will get replaced with what? Fi into xi minus x bar the whole square. Then you will get the standard deviation. That is the only logic here. Are you guys able to understand? So I will directly do a problem and show. So there is so much of theory that is given. Okay. So listen. There are two things. One is called as variance, which is represented by the symbol sigma square, and the other is called as standard deviation, which is represented by the symbol sigma. So standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. This is the relation between them. Again, to repeat the points, what we are going to do is, you can find either of them to understand how much is the deviation of individual reading from other parameters. Okay. So listen. So here they have used something called as step deviation method, which is a shortcut method. Okay, which is one of the shortcut methods, but I will explain the logic, then we'll go for all these shortcut methods. Okay. So I'm not going to do using the shortcut method. See, I'll give you the formula for standard deviation. So write it down. Variance is sigma square. So it is defined like this. For discrete data. So what do you mean by discrete data? There is no frequency involved in it. So if you have a discrete data, that is something like this. You just have the data and the number of terms in your hand. You don't know what is the frequency of it. At that time, what we are going to do is, see, for discrete data, how will you calculate the mean deviation about mean? I'll put a tabular column and explain. Discrete data. If I ask you what is the mean deviation about mean, how will you calculate? So what is the formula for it? First, what will you do? You will find the average of all the values. Once you find the average, what will you do? You will take xi minus x bar and its absolute value. For that, you will have sigma is equal to 1 to n, the whole divided by what? Capital N. Correct? Right? So here, the only difference is it will be sigma I is equal to 1 to n. What did I say? Wherever you have absolute values, you just need to replace it with square and divide it with n. So in the mean deviation method, what you will do is you will take the absolute value and take its average. In the variance method and standard deviation method, you will take the square of the differences and then divide it with n. And this is a more effective method.
So the value we get will be different, right? For both?
Yeah, they'll be different. They'll be different. They'll be different. They are not going to give you the same thing, but the value you get through the variance is going to be more accurate compared to the mean deviation. That is a practical application of it. I'm not getting into much details of why it is so and all. Okay. So that is why there is a concept like this. There are limitations with respect to mean deviation method. To overcome that only, we are going for the variance and the standard deviation method. So to put it in simple logic, what I'm trying to say is here also you're ignoring the minus sign. In variance also you're ignoring the minus sign. But what are you doing in the case of mean deviation method? You're ignoring the minus sign by taking the modulus of it. In the case of variance, you're ignoring the minus by doing the square of it. That's it. Okay. Is the formula clear? Did you guys understand how it has come?
Yes, sir.
Yes, understood.
Now let's do a problem and see. Find the variance of the following data. Tell me. So first, the column xi is what? 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Is it not an arithmetic progression?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the sum of all these values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So n by 2 into first term plus last term. Correct? So that is 150. Or you can do it by direct method also, 150. So for me to calculate variance, what do I need? I need a column of xi minus x bar, and I need a column of xi minus x bar the whole square. That's it. Right? So what is xi minus x bar? 150 minus 6.
144.
132. 140. Then
42, sir.
142. Then
38. 36.
1.
36, sir.
Okay. Then
134.
132, 130, 130, 128, 126. So square of these values. Okay. So as of now, you can use a calculator and tell me.
Sir, you made a mistake in 8 and 10, sir. It should be 142 instead of 132. And 142
8
should
and
be 140.
okay. 142, 140. So what is 144 square? You know, you'll get big values.
20,736.
Then 142 square.
20,164.
140 square. 19600. 138 square.
19044.
190 44.
Yes, sir.
136 square.
18,496.
134 square.
17,956.
132 square.
$17,424.
Wait. Aren't we doing a mistake? See, we found the sum of all the values. Did we find the mean? Why are we doing this actually? Rohan, you understood what we are doing. So 150 is the sum of all the numbers. 150 should be divided for calculating the mean. 150 should have been divided with whom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Should be
So the
15, sir.
average is 15. Now how much is this? 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Correct? So this will be 81, 49, 25, 9, 1, 1, 9, 25, 49, and 9, 81. Tell me the sum of this.
$330, sir.
330. Yeah? So what is xi minus x bar the whole square? The sum of I is equal to 1 to n. Xi minus x bar the whole square divided by total value. That is 330 divided by
150.
not 150. We are
10,
doing
sir.
the
Okay,
same.
understood.
It is 10. So sigma square, what does it take out? Understood?
Yes,
So I
sir.
didn't want to confuse with this assumed mean method and all. I'm just going with the direct method. It's 33. What did we find? We found the variance. So variance is 33. If you take the square root on both sides, this is standard deviation. That's it. That's all with the concept. Got it?
Understood, sir.
That's it. So this is how you solve what kind of problems?
Standard deviation.
Standard deviation and variance for what kind of problems? It is for
Discrete, sir.
discrete data. That is individual numbers. Suppose they give you a frequency distribution. Okay. We'll again frame the formula. If I have a discrete frequency distribution. Okay. For the discrete frequency distribution, listen. Mean deviation about mean. What was it?
Sigma.
Here, one minute, one important point. When I talk about standard deviation variance, I'm talking about the deviation that has happened with respect to mean only. I'm not talking about median. Okay, they don't talk about median, they talk only about mean. So here, what is going to be the variance? We will see sigma square. No, you tell me that. Sigma I is equal to 1 to n.
Fi into x minus x bar.
Okay. Absolute value of it divided by
sigma I equal to 1 to n into f.
Yes. Now you tell me what will be the replacement here. Sigma I is equal to 1 to n fi into
x minus x bar the whole square.
That's it. So I hope it is easy to remember also. That's the logic. Okay, this is the value of variance. Standard deviation is needed. Take the square root of this. Okay, suppose the question says find the standard deviation also. First find the variance, then take the square root. You can take the square root at the end. For example, this problem is there. They've asked find the variance and standard deviation of the following data.
That's why this is not having a frequency, right?
It has no. It has no, right? So the table, you tell me what are all the data I need to have. Xi, Fi, then Xi minus X bar, then Fi into Xi minus X bar, correct?
Sir.
So Xi is how much? 4, 8, 11, 17, 20, 24, 32. Fi is how much? 3, 5, 9, 5, 4, 3, 1. So what is Xi minus X bar? For that, I need to find the frequency first. Okay. So I need, 1 minute. We need something else also. What is that? We need Fi into Xi also. Because I need the sum of that, no? Then I'll have Xi minus X bar. Then I'll have Xi minus X bar the whole square. Then I'll have Fi into Xi minus X bar the whole square. Correct? So what is Fi into Xi? 12, 40.
So doubt, sir.
Tell me.
Why do you need FIX, sir?
To calculate the average, first you need the mean, no? So the first part will help you to calculate average. The last column will help you to calculate the variance.
Okay, sir, understood.
Understood? Yeah. 99. 17 fives is 85. 24 is 80. 24 threes is 72. 32 ones is. Can you tell me the sum of this? So 12 plus 40 is 52. 52 plus 99 is 151. 151 plus 85 is 150 plus 80 is how much? 230. 230 plus 6. 236. 236 plus 80. So
316.
240.
3,
316 plus 72.
388, sir.
388. 388 plus 32.
420, sir.
420.
420. And how much is the sum of all the frequencies? 8 plus 9 is 17 plus 5 is 22. 22 plus 4 is 26. 26 plus 4 is 30. So what is the average, guys? X bar is equal to sigma Fi Xi divided by sigma Fi. I is equal to 1 to n. I is equal to 1 to n. So it is 420 divided by 30. That will be how much?
13.
14.
14.
14. It's 14. Now what are you supposed to do? 14. Subtract each reading. Take minus sign only, no issue. So it is minus 10, minus 6, minus 3, 3, 6, 10, 18. Now take the square of it. How much is it? 100, 36, 9, 9, 36, 100, 18 square is how much? 324. Right. So Fi into this value. So 3 into 100, 300, 36 into 5 is 180.
600, sir, final value.
Engada 5 into 36 only, no? See, I'm doing 5 into 36, no?
Okay, sir, understood.
Okay. So 9 into 9, 81. I'm taking the squares multiplication. So 45, 36 fours is 144. 3 into 100, 300, 324 into 1 is 324. Please tell me the sum of this. Okay.
Sir, 1374, sir.
1376, sir.
4, sir.
1476, correct?
1374, sir.
Okay, sorry. 13,374. 1374. So variance sigma square is equal to sigma Fi into Xi minus X bar the whole square, where I is equal to 1 to n, divided by sigma Xi, sigma Fi, correct? Sigma Fi, where I is equal to 1 to n. Now see, that is the last column. The sum of the last column, that is 1374, divided by how much?
30, sir.
30. How much is that?
45.8, sir.
45.8. So this is the variance. Then what about standard deviation? It is square root of 45.8. It will be 6 point something. Right? Let me verify the answer again. I don't know what method they have done. So 45.8, 6 point something. Are you clear?
So we have to find the value of the root also. We can't leave it.
Because they have asked no standard deviation. Yes, you have to find the value. You cannot leave it as square root of 45.8. You have to present that answer. 6.7. Okay. So next is shall I move on to the next one? So what will be the next set, guys? So discrete frequency is also over. Next, continuous frequency. Is it not the same as that of the discrete frequency? We have already discussed this many times. In the discrete frequency, xi will be given. In continuous frequency, the only extra step that you need to do is finding xi. So can I directly get into a problem? So they've given another formula also, no, that we will see later. First, let's be clear with the basics. You use either of the formula, you will get the answer. Why this other formula that we will see later? Okay. Calculate the mean variance and standard deviation of the following distribution. Now you guys are going to tell me what are all the required data for the table. Tell me, starting with what column? Class, frequency, xi. Here I don't need the cumulative frequency, right? Because I'm not going to calculate the median. Cumulative frequency is needed for me only for median. Then I'll have for mean, I need fi into xi. Once I get the mean, I need xi minus x bar. Then I need the square of it. Then what do I need? Fi into xi minus x bar, the whole square. Right? So for what all columns do I need the sum? I need the sum of, see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 columns. Out of the 7 columns, what are all the sum I need?
Fi, sir.
So I need the sum of fi. Then I need the sum of fi xi. Then I need the sum of fi into xi minus x bar, the whole square. Right? So class interval is 30 to 40. So I'm not writing the whole story. Okay. Last is 90 to 100. So fi is how much? 3, 7, 12, 15, 8, 3, 2. xi is how much, guys? 35. So each interval length is 10. Keep adding 10 to it. You need not sit and calculate. 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. That's how you are going to get. So fi into xi, 35 into 5, 3. 105. 45 into 7. 315. 1255 is how much? 550 plus 110. 660. Yeah. 15 into 65. 65 into 10 is 650. 65 into 5 is 25. 325. So 360 plus 650 plus 325. 975.
Yes, sir. 975.
So 75 into 8. 75 into 10 is how?
600, sir.
600. Okay. 85 into 3.
255, sir.
255. 95 twos is 190. I need the sum of fi and this one. Tell me, no?
मुझे क्या है all this we have to कुछ ना कुछ step डालना पड़ेगा.
What is the answer? Huh? What is the answer for F5? 22 plus 15, 37, 50. Okay, what about F5 XI?
3100, sir.
3100. So what is the mean then? X bar is equal to 3100 divided by 50. It will get cancelled. So it will be 62. Now what is Xi minus X bar? 62 minus 35.
27.
Sorry?
27.
27. 27. 45 minus this should be 17.
Nice, yeah.
Bhaiya?
Thanks.
Yeah. So 55 minus 62 is 7. So 10 will keep decreasing. So 65 minus 62 is 3. 75 minus 62 is 13. 10 keeps getting added, 23 and 33. So 27 square is how much? See, how much, Ras?
I think it's 729, sir.
Okay, see, for the time being, you can use calculator because I want to show you the method. When you're doing the problems, when you're doing it for practice, you can do it without it. So 17 square is how much?
289, sir.
How much? 289, no? 7 square, obviously 49. This is 9. 13 square, 169. 23 square is 529. 33 square is how much?
1089, sir.
1089, huh? Okay, I don't need to sum of this. So 729 into Fi. I think the calculations are slightly lengthy here. You have to multiply all these things. Okay, after this, tell me, can you guys handle it? So it is 729 into 3. So all these things will come. Add up everything. If that comes out as x, so sigma square will be equal to x divided by 50. So what will be the value of sigma? Root
Root
of
over
x.
x by 50.
So in this problem, if I'm not wrong, they ask the mean, variance, and standard deviation. Mean is 62. Variance is, you can find it out. Standard deviation, obviously, you will get it. Right? So this is the whole outline for the exercise 15.2. In the next exercise, there is only one extra step that you need to do. That also I'll teach. So the whole thing, you can take it as a homework and do. This formula alone, whenever I get time, I will record it and send it to you guys. You can have a look at it. It is just an alternate formula for solving problems. Okay. So let me explain. Let me explain the next exercise outline also. There is something called as coefficient of variation. So the coefficient of variation is nothing but standard deviation divided by mean into 100. That's it. That is, you find the standard deviation, divide it with the mean of that particular value and multiply with 100. Then this is given a technical name called as coefficient of variation and we write it as CV. Okay. So this is all about the third exercise.
This
So
x
just
bar
give-
is the x bar we calculate in the problem, right, sir? To
Yeah,
find
X bar is what you calculate in the problem. So in this
Okay,
case,
sir.
what they will do is they'll give it in the problem itself. I'll do a problem and show. So, for example, see, statistics is all about data, man. Statistics is all about data and its accuracy. That's what you do in practical also, whether you do MBA or whatever it is, they will have a lot of applications. So here, see, for example, there are two plants A and B of a factory that show the following results about the number of workers and the wages paid to them. Total number of workers are 5,000 in plant A and 6,000 in plant B. Their average monthly wages are 2,500 and 2,500. Variance of distribution of wages is 81 and 100. Okay. So variance is given, right? Variance of A is how much? Sigma square for A is 81. So what is the value of sigma A? It will be 9. That is standard deviation is 9. Sigma B square is 100. So what is the value of sigma B? It is 10. Now what are they asking? In which plant A or B, there is a greater variability, means coefficient of variation. How much is it varying? Greater variability in individual wages. Individual wages is the average. Now tell me, coefficient of variation of A will be what formula? Sigma of A divided by x bar of A into 100. Guys, are you able to understand? Coefficient of variation of B is sigma of B divided by x of B into 100. Right? So what is sigma of A? That is 9 divided by x A bar is how much? 2,500 into 100. What is the coefficient of variation of B? You guys tell me. 10 divided by 2,500 into 100.
Doubts.
Tell me.
X bar be 2,500 divided by 5,000.
No, that's not the case. No, because they ask greater variability in individual wages. Average monthly wage is how much?
2,500, sir.
It is 2,500. They told no, the name itself is suggesting average monthly wage. So 2 zeros are gone. It is 9 divided by 25. Here it will be 10 divided by 25. So who is having greater viability? Variability.
Ten by 25, sir.
That's it. So the greater variability is therefore B. They are not asking what is the value. They ask which plant has more. I hope you are able to understand. So here the values will be directly given. Your work is only to just substitute and find it out. If suppose the data is given like this, will you be able to find out? So this is a cumulative frequency distribution. So here you need to find out the average. For this class, you need to find out the average. Then apply the formula of cumulative, not cumulative, the coefficient of variance. Okay. So this is all about statistics. I suggest you guys to practice more. Okay. And as I told you, the other formula alone, I will record and send it to you guys. So with this, our syllabus is over actually. So everybody has my number, right? The other number in which you can ask doubts.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have any doubt while solving the problem, don't wait for it. You can just message me. I'll clarify it on spot. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So keep practicing. With this, we are done with the syllabus. I'll give you all the test plan and the revision classes plan also. Till then, you will be practicing. So next week, there will be no class from my side. So I'll be giving an assignment in this chapter. You people have to sit and work and come up with notes. So assignment is mostly NCERT only. But you will have to upload all your answers in the app. Ensure you're doing it. Or else they'll individually message and ask. Okay. Rohan, please make a note of this. Okay. I want this to be entered. So the homework is 15.2 and 15.3 to be completed. Any other doubt, guys?
No, sir.
Good. So try out the problems. Just wait for a minute. Don't leave.